So your US visa application was denied under Section 214B, and now you're considering reapplying. This video is for you. Hi, I'm Krista. I'm a former US visa officer offering tips on the US visa process. If you're reapplying for a visa after having been denied under Section 214B, you better get ready. A denial under 214B means that the prior visa officer you spoke with did not believe that you were qualified for the visa or that you would use it correctly. Your job in this new visa interview is to get them to reconsider your case. And you can't get them to reconsider your case if you just go in with the same strategy and present the exact same case that you did in the prior visa interview where you were denied. The visa officer will usually ask a question at the beginning of a visa interview where there's a prior denial to evaluate whether or not it makes sense or is worth reevaluating the case. And that question is usually something along the lines of, why are you here again? Or what has changed in your situation since your last visa application? With the answer to this question, the visa officer will quickly determine whether or not it is worth their while reevaluating your case. If you say, nothing has changed, or I just want a US visa, or I've prayed more, none of those answers are going to get you over the line to where the visa officer is going to be willing to reconsider your case. Your response needs to convince the visa officer why they should look at your case again. You need to bring your highlights to this response. Let me give you an example. Let's say an F1 student was denied because the visa officer in the last application really was not convinced of that person's finances. So at this new visa interview, the visa officer asks, why are you here again? And the response could be something like this. I believe there was a misunderstanding at my prior interview about my finances and ability to pay for my studies. I've brought additional information here about the 50% scholarship I've received, as well as my family's ability to cover the rest of the costs of my education. Please reconsider my case. So let's break that down. I believe there was a misunderstanding. This is a good way of presenting what went wrong at your last interview in neutral terms. If you blame yourself, I was too nervous, I couldn't present the information, or you blame the prior officer, they didn't let me talk, they were rude. Either of those approaches introduces negativity into your interview, and you want to avoid that. A misunderstanding is a much more neutral way of saying something went wrong. Next, you present the information. Why is your case strong, right? You have a 50% scholarship and you want to clarify how your family is going to be able to cover the rest of the costs. And then the last phrase, please reconsider my case. Something along those lines is going to plant into the visa officer's mind that indeed they maybe should reconsider this case. This three-part formula is a strong approach to answering the question of why are you here again or what has changed. You establish what went wrong, you present some of your strengths and what you want to clarify, and you ask directly for the case to be reconsidered. With this, it is much more likely that the visa officer is going to actually dive into your case, look at the information you've brought, and really reconsider whether or not this should be an issuance. It's so important to get ready for your visa interview if you've had a prior refusal under 214B, and I hope this tip really helps you along that way. If you have questions, leave them in the comments and follow me here for more visa tips.